Hello everyone and welcome in our today's session, and today I'm going to take you through the process of developing a simple e-commerce system where you can be able to add items to your stock and make sales, then receive payments via lipa and mpesa, and once the transaction is complete you can store that mpesa transaction on a database. That's what we are going to do today. I've realized that most of the guys have been looking for this kind of stuff, so stay tuned until the end of this video. But for the new guys on our platform, maybe you're asking, who is this guy? Americo Banks, and this is Codestar Technologies, and on this channel we normally share technology content so that we can advance our skills and advance career wise. So feel free to click the subscribe buttons and check some of our videos that are doing very well, like integrating our system, the lipa and mpesa. We have got ussd apis, we have got sms apis, we have got geocoding apis, even data science and machine learning videos are here on this platform. So kindly make sure you click the subscribe button, and always make sure whenever you watch each and every video, click the like button, that is, give it a thumbs up so that you can support this channel, unless maybe unataka kutuma ka mpesa. And for the new guys maybe who might need to learn, that is beginners, we have got our e-learning platform, which is one of the fastest growing online learning platform in Kenya and Africa at large. So click on the student portal and enroll for some of these courses, like web development with the JavaScript, Python. We have got or even PHP, like the one that we are going to do today. So that is it, and that's who I am. So I hope now you are not new, you have feel welcomed, and make sure you subscribe. Now let's not waste a lot of time there. Let's jump in and start, and we start by knowing some of the requirements that you need to have. In this case, you need a text editor like Visual Studio. In my case, I'm going to use Notepad. I like using Notepad, so that one. Then you need, because we are going to develop first of all locally, we will need XAMPP, and in my case I'm using XAMPP here, but also you can use WAMP, or there is also LAMP, something like that. So in your case you can use any of your choice. You can see mine is up and running, that is Apache and MySQL. So that is what you need. But when it comes to deploying the system on live server, so that we can be able to receive the lipa and mpesa transaction, so that you can test, you just need a domain name. So you can make an arrangement, buy one so that you can get to practice these things live. I normally buy most of my domains from TrueHost. It's a nice site where you'll get they have got good customer care. That's one of the things I normally consider when I need these kind of services. So then the other part of integrating with the lipa and mpesa, you'll just need an account of Daraja API, that is developers.safaricom.co.ke. You create an account and you create an application. The application is where we are going to copy you create an application and copy these stuff that are going to be needed. I'll show you where they are needed, and also some other parameters that will be needed in this case. So that is it. Let me sip some water, at least to energize myself, because this is a long process that we are going to it's one of the videos that is going to be long, so stay tuned until the end. Now those are some of the requirements that you need. Next thing, I have some resources that I'm going to use like CDNs, some cheat sheets, the API for integration of lipa and mpesa. I'm going to use the one that I happened to use previously. I'm just going to take you through the whole process so that you can get to understand. I have got some images that I'm going to use on my system, and let me show you the design, how it looks like. This is the design. So it is very simple. It's not going to have those kind of logins and so forth. I'm just going to have an index page where we have got it's going to present our stuff. It's like the shop itself, where it is representing all that stuff. Just index, and that is home page, and again we will have another link for admin page. We are not going to do the process of login and so forth to the admin. We are just going to link to the admin page so that they can add new items to the database and all that kind of stuff. Then you can see here I've got a small image. This one is kind of like how e-commerce they normally have an advertisement area. Let me just show you like Jumia, at least to see how it looks like. And this is Jumia now, and you can see this is what I'm talking about, even if it's not showing. Don't know why, what is happening. Let me refresh again. Is it my internet? If I scroll, maybe it might be very fast. So we'll check that one. So we have this area. This area is the one that normally has the advertisements and so forth. So that is it. You know that this page is carrying a lot of images, so sometimes it might take time to load. That's why you can see it is taking too much time to load. Now let's go back to our, not this one but this one. So after having an area where we are going to show some adverts, we will have our items. Then the items will have a button to click that you can buy, then it will send to buy area. Then on the admin parts, we will have to show some of the sales that we have made, and this is the database tables that we are going to have on our database. So database name, we are going to call it what? We can call it dukaletu, wacha tuite dukaletu, something like that. And this is the same name that we are going to use on the folder that we are going to have in this case. So let me minimize that one. This is what I was talking about, this area. We call them carousels. So I will start by creating an index page, then save it on XAMPP. You can save as, we normally save it on XAMPP HD docs. So XAMPP C drive C XAMPP HD docs. We create a new folder and we call it Dukaletu, as I've said. And inside Dukaletu is where we are going to have index.php, like that. Then we save that one. Then once we save, I'm going back to the index.php so that I can copy paste some files that I might need there. Also, before I do that, I can also create another new file for CSS. I'm going to call it style.css. Still on the same .css. It's going to be a long video. Chukua maji, my friend, so that we can move forward together. So Dukaletu. Okay, this one, XAMPP HTTP, then Dukaletu, then Dukaletu. I'm going to copy paste this one. How many times? Like 4 times. First one, it's going to be an admin page, admin. The second one is going to be headers for the heading page, header. Then if there is header, there is going to be also footer, and if there is footer, I will have got connection, because you are supposed to connect it to the database. And after connection, we will have another file that will be processing. We call it action. I can say that, something like that. So let me just move this one, all of them here, so that we can move forward together. Index is going to be first, admin, like that. That order is not bad, actually. This one can be that close somewhere there. Now we want the first code. As I told you, one thing that is that developers, they don't, I need navbar first, responsive navbar. I was telling you that the most important part is not just learning the syntax. When you learn the syntax, you realize that some other things that you can do faster. Like this one, I'm going to copy paste the whole code, because it's going to generate all the navbar that I need. Then save, and to test, I can test it. I can close these ones. I don't want to have too much. So this one is going to be localhost. So I was telling you that when you are starting to learn, you don't need to do kind of just cram each and everything. When you go and just ask for the developers, who the expert who are out there, guys who are experienced, they will tell you that they don't write all those lines of code. We have got some tools that you can use them to simplify your work. So in our case, we have got the nav bar, as you can see, and I'm going to copy paste. Sorry, I'm going to copy. Let me first of all delete, paste, and I'm going to copy the CSS to the CSS file. Then this CSS file you can link. There is a way you normally link to external CSS. It's just a simple line of code. It's not I cannot write, but I like copying pastes. You can say I'm the expert when it comes to copy pasting. But that is how life is. So this one I'm going to change it to style.css, and that is it. And as you can test again here, this should be working right now. You can see like that. So now once you have that, this one I'm going to call it a class, not a style, class. And this class is going to be container fluid. Then container fluid is where we are going to have our content there. Then this one is not supposed to be there. This one is supposed to move to footer. So you save the footer and you come here and you say that there is something we call footer. And how does footer look like? It is PHP include quotation footer dot php. We link to that file that we have created, semicolon, question mark, and that. Then we save, and I can copy this one. Then because I'm going to use it, I can refresh to test whether it's working. It's working. So if it is working, also we will move this one. The only thing that I want to remain with is only this part. The headers, I'm going to move them somewhere else. But before we do that, I will link to the headers here. So this one will be header. Is it headers? Header file. And this header file, I have to move the headers. But before that, I need some other CDNs, like bootstrap CDNs, which are very, very important in my project. I already copied them somewhere here on my cheat sheet. So in my case, I'm going to put them here like that, then save. Then I can now copy paste all of these up to that point, cut. Then this one I'm going to send it to the headers, then save and test whether it is working. And you can see my system is up and running. What is the problem? Header. So we have got header, in this case header. I think there is something. Why is it bringing two of them? Yeah, it's one. I was almost shocked. What kind of an error is that? You sip some water as we move on. So now on the headers, I want to have this one is going to back home, which is index.php. But now the other page is going to admin.php, and this one I will call it admin. And admin is going to be here. So admin, I just need to copy paste this one. I will not copy that one. I'll just copy these two because there is something I don't want to move with. But for the headers here, I will just copy the headers from here because I will need them the way they are. admin. Actually, is it admin? There is an error somewhere. I can see I didn't write admin, it's adm. I can just file save as, then admin n, so that it can reflect, not to give me some errors. So let's refresh, and this one here I want to write maybe admin, so that I can see whether admin page is showing here. In case I click admin, it's supposed to be telling me this admin, as you can see here. That one is okay. So these two pages are linked right now up to that point. Now let's go back to this one. This one, as I told you, I was supposed to have this image like the carousel, these ones, as I told you. So I have to go to this one. This was my design. So the carousel, bootstrap carousel. You can't write all those lines at once. You just need to move fast by copy pasting. So this one, it's like that. So these are the images that we are going to kind of stuff that we normally need. Let me just copy paste the code from where, not container. This is the div, so it means I will leave only one div downwards. Copy, paste it somewhere there, then save, refresh here, and see. Yeah, it is displaying like what? It showing, not showing? What is the problem? I can change what? Let me test again. It is kind of not showing. Oh, these are admin. I want to go back home. So these are the images, as you can see, but they are not showing because the content is not, the images are not matched. So I told you that I have got some images somewhere for the resources that I'm going to use. So those images, where are they? They are here. I'm going to copy the images on my folder, that is project folder. So this is my project, paste my images there, and inside the images I have got I have named the images, like there is image 1 2 3, that is image 1 2 3 4 5. So the first images are the ones that I'm going to use on the carousel. So in this case, I'm supposed to just come here and say they are on the image folder slash image 1. Then sorry for the capital, sorry, image folder, then image 1. Then I can copy paste this one to the other stuff, and this one you just need to change to 2, then this will be 3, and I'm supposed to be seeing my images now on my case like that one. Boom, those are my images, you can see. Now this one is moving upwards, so I just need to go to the CSS, and the CSS I can add the class. I can call the class for which class? This one. You can see this class here, the container fluid. So how do you call a class? You just write dot the name of class like that, and I'm going to say that margin top is going to be around 20 pixels. It's enough like that, so that it can move slightly downwards like that. So I can make even 10, not even 20. 10, I think that one is enough. Then carousel, I can adjust the height at least to somewhere there. So carousel, stop carousel height, maybe can write like that way. So Stack Overflow is here. You just go with this kind of link. It's going to give you the easiest way. You can copy this one. I think it matches my classes. So like items and the image. So in my case, I can just put it here and save. Then come here, get refresh. You can see how much is that height. Is very small. I can change this one to maybe 600. Save, then refresh, and I think that one will be enough. That one is enough, though you can make it as you want, because we are not going to waste time on the carousel. Then we can now insert the, the items. So this div for the this is the div for the carousel. Then we are going to break, and once we break, we are going to add cards. There is something we call bootstrap cards. So bootstrap card like that. So bootstrap cards, I'm going to pick on the W3 school. W3 school has got you covered. So which image am I going to pick? I can pick this one. So this is the image. The div starts from where? I think that one, something like that. Now, do we have the body? Container, it's there. So if there is container, I think it's from here up to that part. Copy, then I can paste it here. Then if I paste, I want to test whether, yeah, it's okay. Then I can refresh so that I can see what is happening here, how it is looking like. This is my container and my card. That's how it looks. So I want to have like 3 cards here. So for the 3 cards, first of all, I will make sure I have the images here. So for the images, I will just write, let me copy paste this image here. So I'll continue from image. This was 1, 2, this was supposed to be 3, sorry. So that one was 3, then this will be 4. Where is it? Image, and image is going to be 4. Save. So if I say 4, save, I think that one will be let's see how it is going to look like. Yeah, something like that. Though where is the image? The image, how does the image come even after the button? I want the button to be downwards. So where is the button? Sorry, button. The button, the images can go upwards on top. I can make the image come here on the body, but on top like that. Then the button will be downwards. I think that one will be better. So we can refresh and see. So we will have the image, then the image and the button here. So that is it. We just need to copy paste this D card like 4 times. But remember, in our case, it's going to be dynamic. It's supposed to use data from the database, not just like that. So this will be image 4, 5, this will be 6, like that. Then refresh. Let's see how it is. They are following each other downwards like that. So here you can add some CSS on that part of card, and you can say dot card. This is on bigger screen, because CSS is divided like this is for the small screen, like mobile phones. It normally uses that one, but for the bigger screens it normally uses this one. So the width, when it is in the bigger screens, we want it to be 30%, like that. I can say margin left. Let me say just margin left. Let is have like 10 pixel. Then what else? Let's see first of all how it looks like. We will tell them to float left. Float left, like that. So float left, it means they are going to now show up on the left hand side. So they are floated on the left. Margins is okay, the way I wanted it to be. I can add some there is something we call border radius, which makes it like the corners to be rounded. I can say 10 pixels, something like that. The corners of the card to be rounded. Okay, this one is not representing it. I want the height to go. Let me make the height of the container minimum height to be around what? I can say 1200. It's okay. 1200. It's okay. Pixel. I think it's okay. It's not bad. So that I want to scroll so that I can be able to see each and everything. Yeah, that one is okay, like that. Then let's do what? This one can be on the left. Card. Let's go back to the card and check. This width is supposed to be taken care of by the CSS on the other side. We can adjust on the mobile phones so that the cards can be, our system to be at least to be responsive. Remember, when it comes to small devices, it's supposed to be like this is one image, but this one you can see there are still 4 images. So in that case, you go to the card, and card, the width is supposed to change to, this one is supposed to be this one inside here. So paste there and write width on this bigger devices. It is going to be 50, not 50 but 100%, like that. And I can say margins, I can just put them to be 20 pixels. Let me say something like that. I don't know whether it's going to be something like we are supposed to see only one image here, like, yeah, that one is okay. It's okay. Let's not waste a lot of time here on that stuff. Now it has adjusted when you come to small scales in color. Now I think the margins here, it's good to card margin left. Let me just write just margins and put them to 30. It's okay on the bigger devices. Small devices we have put that 20. No, okay. Let's use 20. I think 20 is going to be okay. If not, yeah, that one is okay. Now they are showing. So for the image, I think the image needs to have some border. I can write here. You can put even CSS inside these images somewhere there, like card image style width 100%. I can even put some border radius to be maybe 6 pixel. Let's see how that one is going to look like. Yeah, this one has got rounded, which is it is better to have it like that. So I can copy paste it to the others. Copy, paste, so that they can look all of them rounded. Card, I can add some color. I normally play with colors here. This one is okay. Copy. So for the card, on the CSS, I can come here and put background color to be equals to that one, like that, and color for the text is going to be what? Blue. Let me just put blue. I don't know, but anyway, we will see. So like that, refresh, blue, and that. Not bad, but anyway, we can proceed. And card, I can say padding auto to see whether the padding is going to be at the middle, for the text to be on the middle part. Okay. I want it to be centered. I can just remove this one and just go to the I want the text of the card to be at the middle. So card body, I can just say align center, like that. I think, yeah, I'm just trying to make it faster and also try to give you a lot of content at the same time. So we have wasted a lot of time in this area. Let's see, it is center right now. So we are done with that part. Now we can go to the admin area. Admin, it's empty. Admin, we need I'll have a table first of all to display the kind of stuff here. And one thing is that you realize that when we scroll, the nav bar is moving upwards, it's going away. So for the nav bar, you can just tell it to be fixed. So top nav, you can just write position fixed, and also if it is fixed, the width also needs to be 100% for some issues. Like that. And if we scroll right now, you can see it is being blocked. So this one you just prepare by writing z index. This one you just make it 1, like that. So if we make it z index 1, it is going to move some stuff. Then you can see some other images which is showing up there. So still we will say top full 0 pixel. That is top margin, it's supposed to be 0, totally 0, so that it can move a little bit upwards. And for the class for the class fluid, we can increase this one to 20. I think when I was talking about 20, maybe it was making some sense. 20, okay. I can maybe, what about 30? I want it to be visible, not to move my... Okay, let me just write 70 then. It means maybe it's too large in that case. 70, yeah, 70 is okay. Somewhere there, though it is kind of blocking my stuff here. Okay, anyway, now you can see something. There is something which is visible here. This one you can add some caption, like add Carousel caption. I think there is something like that on let me check on these two Carousel captions, which is which, or I can just leave that one to another time. There is a way that you normally add the carousel, some where is it? This one want to have some caption. Caption is here. So caption on this one, I can just copy paste item, copy, then I can come here on the carousel div image. Inside the image, can put that one there, then kind of tab like that. This one can, like it move like that. So I can write this is welcome to duka letu, something like that. We have the best offer. And this one I can maybe improve this font, but anyway, that one can be of another time. So refresh, let's see whether it's going to show somewhere here the caption. It has not refreshed already. Yeah, we have got some Dukaletu here and so forth, some stuff here to do with that. So this was div, and I can say maybe style equals font size. Font size can be equals to, maybe I can put 20 pixels to see what is going to happen, like that, and check. It is Kenya power. Anyway, let's proceed. So I was to refresh this one. So if I refresh, I can see this one has become a little bit larger. So that is it. Up to that point, I think our stuff is good. So we can get to the admin part. Admin part, I want to have a table. So bootstrap table, so that I can display 1 2 3 things here and there. So this bootstrap table, I'm going to have on the admin. This is the admin part, and it's going to be on the container part. So what is going to happen is that I'm going to pick which one I will need. Is it this one? This one, is it nice? Maybe I can pick also this one. There is no problem. This one can be better, something like that. So twist it like that. These are too many. Table like that, up to the table, because I just need that one. Copy, then go to admin part, then pastes, and I can remove a lot of stuff here. I don't need too much. It's too much. Let me have just two are enough. These are 3 actually. I need 2. So this will be, let's say this will be product name, maybe, because it's going to be like whatever products the guy normally purchases. Product name, we will have got what, quantity, then we can have price, and I think there will be what, are we going to have a total price? We will get to know when we get there. So product name, we can say we have got, anyway, there is no problem. Let's not keep on writing stuff that we are going to repeat ourselves. So refresh, we're supposed to see our table like that, and it's good. We have that. Now I want us, when we click on not contact, it was supposed to be add items, like this admin is it. So when you go home, you click admin, supposed to show you admin. So this one is supposed to be home, this one was supposed to be add item. So under admin, this one is supposed to be add items, add item. Then this will be hash add item, like that. So this is going to call what we refer to, there is something we call, we normally say, we normally refer to it as how do we refer to it? There is something we call bootstrap bootstrap model. So bootstrap model is the one that is going to display there, and I have got one here on my cheat sheet. So the bootstrap model that I have here, which is well organized, up to that point, copy, then I'll paste it here, down, paste there. So this bootstrap model of mine, already you can see it has got what they are like this one. Let me show you first of all. Bootstrap model normally looks like this, such that when you click add item, it's going to look like that. It's going to display something like that, where you can add some items from there. So that's what we have done here, and this is the code for it. You can just copy paste and edit. Already I have one which is edited here. That's why you can see it is showing some stuff to do with can click on shift, move it like that. So these are add items, and in add items I will have a form that is supposed to paste data on the action.php. Then this is going to be post. Then there is item, there is category, there is this is not item, it's supposed to be description actually, and then we are supposed to have price like that of the item. So this submit button name here is supposed to be submit, and there must be a value of what is submitting value, and the value itself now it's what is going to be add item like that. But now this form we have to get to know whether it is supposed to submit to the database. But the one thing is that we don't have the database. Let's first of all test whether the model is working. The model, whether it's working for the add items. These add items, when you click it, it's supposed to work. But now it is not working because we have not linked this link with the model. So there is a way we normally link a link to bootstrap model. Actually, what is kind of anyway, but I do let what we refer to as that give us results. So this is the code. Where is the code for? I needed these data targets, data toggle, then model like that. That is the code that I wanted, so that you can put it on the link here. That is our link, that is add items, and this one should be at the end here. Instead of banner, it is going to be model, such that when we refresh here and click like that, supposed to show us something like that. You can see we'll add item, category, item description, then price. But now on our database, what are we going to have? There was some data that I happen to lose, which is which? This one. This one is not showing. I had, okay, it's here. This is it. So on my database, I've got what? I've got a stock table. So I'll create a database called Dukaletu. So to create a database, you just need to click there, local hosts, so that you can go to PHP my admin. Then it is taking too long. Why is it taking too long? Is it recording here? Yes. You know, these things, they normally anyway. So we need to create a database here, and our database is going to be Dukaletu. So once we create our database, we are going to have a table called stock, and stock is going to have like 6 items here. Let me check how many of them. 1 2 3 4 5 6, because of there is something we call ID, which is going to act as our primary key. So ID is integer, and it's supposed to be auto increment because it's going to be our primary key. Then what are the rest of the other stuff that we need? They are going to maximize like that and utilize this space like that one. So I will have item, then after item there is a category, then after category we have got description, and don't write desk like that. That is kind of a reserved word. It once happened to give me an headache. I even one day happened to save a database as order. It happened to give me a lot of stuff errors that were coming. I didn't know where they were coming from. So this is description, yes. Then we have got price, and we will store a picture of our item. So that one is done. I can maximize right now and come here, then set this one to varchar. Then this will be, I can put it to 254, something like that. Copy, paste, save. Next database is going, next table is supposed to be what? I need another table which is going to be named what? Cells. We will have ID, and ID is going to be auto increment as usual. So once we have ID and resize like that, I will have item. I will store the item. I'll also store customer, and I will also store item. Because I don't have the field where I'm going to enter customer, I can assume that one and have what? Item ID item underscore ID. Then I can have what? We have got price, that is the price. Then we need to add like 2 quantity, no, not 2 but 1. That is the way we normally add a new stuff here. So let me just set this one to varchar, then I paste. So I will store the item ID, then item name, then item ID, then the price. Quantity is supposed also to be there. So there is a way we normally add a column. Yes, here, go add a new column. We'll call them quantity. So on quantity we are supposed to also have that like that. So I think up to that point is okay, but also you can have good customer's name being stored there, but it's not necessary for now. Let me save. So we have got those 2 tables of ours. Let me just open stock so that I can be able to see it as I continue with the other part. So this table for it has a picture, and for the image we normally have got image upload form. That is something which is very, very important. We normally have there. What is it? We normally have we are supposed to add after the price we can add something we call what, we can add a file, we can upload an image here. So file, then file we will say name equals to picture, then like that. I think we don't have much to write about that, such that it will be browse. But now a form that is supposed to upload something, there is something which is very very important you need to have in that form. Let me check overflow upload. I think that one can help us. There is a code, we normally write encrypt something, yeah, encrypt mode form data, something like that. This code is very very important. If you don't have it, that form is going to give you a lot of errors. When I was learning this kind of uploading, it happened to give me some headaches. So now we have got 1 2 3 4 5 items that are going to come from this one, and then the form is a post, method is post, and is supposed to take it to the action. So under action is where we are supposed to wait all those stuff. But now, because we're supposed to store it on the database, we need to connect to the database. To connect with the database, you just go here and write PHP database connection. I have that cheat sheet on I have got that one on my cheat sheet here. So in my case, I'm going to copy paste the database connection, this one. Then this database connection, it will go to connection, and I will have to change some stuff here. This one is supposed to be question mark PHP. Save. Then this database is root, MySQL. This is going to be Dukaletu. Supposed to be Dukaletu, I think. Our database name is supposed to be Dukaletu. The spellings, they can give you a lot of headache. So let's check. It's supposed to be Dukaletu here, like that. So I'll just use small letter Dukaletu here. I like to match each and everything. So the connection, we have got a session that is starting, and then username is root, password is nil, it's empty. Then this is the database, and that one. This is one of the best code, because when I was trying to work with this kind of stuff, when I uploaded my system using my SQLite, it gave me some stuff, some issues. So the connection, you can get it on the connection code. You can get a lot of this code on the W3 School, as you can see. So this is where I normally also get this code and kind of modify them so that they can work. Like if you use this one with the PDO, try catch and all that, it's the best. So this one is still working. So we have connected the system with the database. Now once we have connected the system with database, we have got our form here which is submitting data to the database. So to submit data to the database, you can see this form is submitting data to the action.php, which is this one. So action.php, it expects what? It will expect let me first of all link it to the database, because if you don't link it to the database, it's going to have an issue. There are two pages here which are supposed to be linked to the database. One being the index page, of which the index page, you can just, instead of linking it from here, you can link it from the header part, like that. So this one, you'll call it con. And the other page that it also needs to be connected to the database is the admin page. Admin page, how are we going to connect it? We can connect it from here, because we will fetch some data. So this will be connected to the database like that. And another page that also needs to be connected to the database, which is just separate, is this one for action. So the first line here is supposed to be connected to the database. Then we have got action here. We have supposed to get what is the action that is supposed to be submitted here, underscore post, corner brackets, quotation, then submit button. Well, we get the value of submit button, and once we get the value of submit button, then we can decide what next. I can first of all echo then $action, so that I can see whether the submit button is being submitted. That is how we are going to test Blue. So admin, then if I try my form, you can see because I've used required here on my form, you can see some values I've set them required. It's one of the HTML stuff that you can use. They can make you someone not to enter empty stuff on the database. So required, you can use it. So you just need to specify like that. This one expects a number. I can browse an image, but it's not necessary for now. Add. When I click add, I can be told here it's line 2 of action. There is a problem, there is an error. So I just need to click there, action line 2. There is an error with this one actually. Sorry. What about the rest? The rest, I think they are working properly. We were talking about admin. Admin, that one is supposed to be there. Index, yeah, it's okay. Those ones are okay. So this one I can go back and test again. Now I can see I've gotten this value. So submit is what we are going to get. This submit here, and the submit we are getting the value. The value is add item. So now from there, so that you can be able to contain all your operations, we normally use switch statements. I don't like to use more of if statement, if else, and so forth. Switch statement, it can be easy to handle this part very well. So switch statement, switch in PHP. Switch in PHP, you just need to click on the site there, then you copy paste the code. Where is it? This is the code. It is working here. This one actually is enough. Copy. So what is happening here is this one we don't need it anymore. So this one is not needed. Instead of flavor, we are going to catch the action here. The action is the one that is going to be passed here, like that. So we pass the action, and if the action is now add item, because we are going to have different operation, add item, then that one will be like that. Then we will have another one for buy item, and they will end at that point. So I think I can remove this one, and I can say maybe if there is another one which is going to come, I can say invalid operation. But for those guys who are going to modify this, customize it more, to add the features like delete, update, and so forth, the database, you'll have to use that part. So this one I'm supposed to change, and I expect once I do what? I expect once I get the action, and the action is add item, then I will have to insert it to the database, whatever values that I'm going to get. So to insert values to the database, you can just use we have got PHP database interaction here, like insert data to the database. These are the codes that you normally use. Insert data to the database, and you copy paste this code and make use of it. I have done that one on my cheat sheet. So to insert item to the database, so that we can move faster, we will use what? This add item. This is the add item part. Copy, then put it inside there. So first of all, we have got variable add item. We are going to get item category. To get category, this is the way it is matches on the form. Description like that, price, then the image itself, then we will get the image name here. And once we get the image name is the one that we are going to store on our database. And once we store the image name on our database, we will use that one to link. Then the image is supposed to be uploaded. This is the code to upload the image. It can be an image, it can be a file, and so forth, and it's going to be uploaded on this folder called image. Already we have got a folder named image here, so that's where we are going to upload our image. You'll see how it is working. So I can confirm my stuff here. This is a code that I wrote earlier so that I can be in a position to move faster with you. So on admin, we have got item, category, description, price, and pick. So that is it. I think like that. It's okay. So let's see whether it is going to upload to the database. And what am I going to do? I'm going to remove one image from my folder for images. The images that I was talking about, I will remove image 4 so that I can upload it again. Let me paste it here. I want to check whether the image is moving to the back to the supposed to be visible here once I upload. So right, execute. Okay, sorry, this one we are supposed to get back there and refresh. And once we refresh, we are supposed to click there, add item, and in this case this is a shoe. We are adding a shoe. It's men sports. You can have a drop down menu, a select here on form select that will show drop down, like you can have different categories there. Then we have description. This is sport shoes, and it was used by Mr. Kipchoge. Kipchoge mzito. Kipchoge mnaandikanga aje? Anyway, this guy did amazing work. So hii kiatu yake inaenda for 2400, and I'm going to browse the shoe from the desktop. From the desktop, I'm supposed to see the shoe. Then I open and click add. So I've got an error description. I think the description are not matching. So let's say whether it has inserted to the database first without the description. It has inserted, but description where is description? Description is empty. So I think what is happening, description is the one that I wrote totally different here. So I can modify this one and get to the description, change it to description so that it can be visible next time. Okay, so that is where I went wrong, so that they can match description again. Description is okay. Description on my form. Where is description on my form? The most important is this one actually. That's why description is empty. That's where it was causing the error, not even the other stuff. So that was description, and it has corrected our errors. So I can remove another image, image 5. Let me remove image 5 here, outside, paste. So this is the image 5. Image 4, I can delete it from my desktop. I don't like. So let's refresh this one and click add item. Add item. This is going to be another shoe, and this shoe category is we can also say, what is it, a sport shoe? Maybe is women, that is women sport, best women, is women sport shoes. Then the price is 2300, something like that. Browse from the image. I can write from the desktop image 5 like that, and you can see if we add, it's not giving us an error, and it's telling us our image has successfully been added. So on this area we are not going to display the items on our stock, but you can add that one here. Like I'm not going to do that. You can do it at your own time. That is, check the stock here. Stock. When you click stock, you can be able to see the items that are on your database. So now we have successfully added the items to the database. We can move ahead and now go to the front end to show this data from on the front end. And this one, you normally use the SQL select data. This is the one that we normally use. I'm just pointing them out so that you can follow up on your own at a later stage when you're practicing. So in my case, I've got the code for displaying the items here from my cheat sheet. So this one is supposed to be on the index page, and on the index page now I don't need, because the cards, that is the cards that we had, I don't need two. I just need to use one and make it dynamic. Let me show you how. If I go back to home, you can see I'm seeing only this shoe alone. So I want to populate the other shoes from the database. So how can I do that? I can do that by doing what? By using a loop. We've used a switch statement. In this time round we are going to use a loop, and the loop is going to start there. So this card is supposed to be inside the loop. So we will have a loop, and the loop is going to be we are going to add a script for PHP here. PHP, and the PHP script is going to fetch data from the database. Then once it fetches data from the database, you can see the loop is starting from here. Which database? Table, stock table. So here we are supposed to, now I can close this one first here, just write like that, so that it can now be able to loop this one. So then we will close, we will open another here to close the loop, because the loop is not closed. So the loop to close, you can close it like that, like that, like that. So if I click this one, you can see this one is showing that the loop is now closed. So inside the loop, here we have got this card. So this card is where we are going to display our stuff. So we are going to display the image. Now the image are supposed to be displayed dynamically. Like for example, if we test right now, you can see it's just showing like 2 items, because on our database we have got 2 items, but this one is not dynamic. The content of the card is not dynamic. So to make it dynamic, like the source of image, you are supposed to change it to just the name itself, because the name is the one that is stored on the database. Here you can see when we check on the stock table, only this one is the one that is being stored on the database. So this was item name. How come was that one was the item name? We have got item name. I haven't used this one. Let me change. I think there is a mismatch somewhere on my shoe category. It's sport shoe. Description is this one. So actually it was supposed to be that one. So now that one is okay. I can add another item so that I can confirm also. Go to admin, and admin, to avoid populating a lot of images here, I will cut this one and take it out so that I can see whether it can upload again. So that is image 6 is not on our folder. That's what I mean. Like you can see image 6 is not here. So when we upload, it's supposed to be here now. So this one is also a shoe, and category is sport, men, sport shoe, and the best shoes in Africa, maybe something like that. Then this one can be 4500, something like that. Browse. Still we are on the desktop. On desktop we have got an image, and this image is number 6. Then we open and add it to the database, and already it is added. So if we can check, let me refresh the database. We are supposed to see the third one. Yeah, everything is being stored very well right now. There's no problem with that. So we are supposed to show the item name. Category is not important. We can show the description and the price and the image. So to do that, you just need to come here and say, first of all, I will start with the item name here, and item name is going to be this one. This is going to be on the okay, item name can stay there. The image to start. So for the image, you just need to add a PHP script here, question mark PHP, then you just write echo, then it will be this row you can see here, and the name of that row is going to be corner brackets pick is what we are going to get, then semicolon like that, then we save. And if we refresh, it's supposed to show us dynamic images right now on the home page. I expect dynamic image, yeah, like that. So the rest you just do that, just highlight, copy, and here on the shoe name we are going to have item here. Then on the description we are just going to have description. Then we save. So it means right now we are supposed to see each and everything from the database like that. So this one, shoes, sport shoes, best women shoes, best shoes in Africa, something like that. So that is how it is on the database. Then this button means what? Okay, we'll check what is happening on the button. But also you can increase the height of the card from the CSS, like card height full colon. We can do what? Auto. Let me say auto is going to be like what? Oh, it's not giving me what I need, but anyway, by default I don't know how much it has, so can do away with it and accept it the way it is. I'll modify it at a later stage. So right now our image is being shown, all the description and everything, but now how does it work so that you can be able now to have a button? Instead of see profile, it is supposed to be buy. buy now actually, because it's kind of, we are buying only one item. So how are we going to do that? It has to accept this one as in form of a form. So to get it in form of a form, we are supposed to do what? We are supposed to have a form inside here. So you just have form, and this form, you can say action will be still equals to, it will go to bundle to action.php, and the method still it's going to be equals to post. Method still it's going to be post. Then that form is going to end at this part, form/form, like that. So we have a form. Now where is this form going to get some content? First of all, we need to have this button. I can move it outside the body. Is it good? If I move it outside the body, it can be better. Then place it somewhere there. Then we can check what is happening with the button. It's moving away, which is not good. Let it remain there. And this button is supposed to be button, not a link. And the button type is supposed to be also submit, because if we don't make it submit, we are not going to be able to catch it here. Remember, this only action will catch only submit buttons. So that's why we are supposed to specify as submit. Then value will be equals to buy. I told you about buy. Remember, when on action we said we will have two cases. Case number one was to add item to the database. Then the next one is for the one that is going to be used to buy. So here we need a code that will, PHP code that will add these items that we want to buy on our database. So how do we do that? First of all, we have not specified the items that we have. So for the items, you just need to click there and write create, first of all, an input type. It's going to be equals to text. We are going to have a button called text there. Then name, it's going to be equals to quantity, because we are supposed to specify the quantity of our items that we are going to buy, such that, and I can also put some placeholders. Still I can get them from here. Copy paste placeholder, put it where, enter quantity at least. Then if I refresh this one, I am supposed to see the button going back to where it was supposed to be, and then that one going like there. So I can break this one so that the button cannot still continue colliding with the other part of our, like that. Then I will have other input buttons here, but in this case, these other input buttons, they are not going to be text. They are going to be hidden. In PHP, in HTML, we have got hidden. Then this one is going to be, now because we said that on our sales table we are supposed to store what? Item name, item ID, and the price and quantity. So already we have got the quantity, so we need item name, and value. I will show you how we are going to get the value, like that. So this is item name, then there is item ID, Then there is what price. So this is item underscore ID, and this is price, and this one we will get it like this one. Whatever is there, it's supposed to come here, and then here we are supposed to enter. This will be item underscore ID. Remember, when we are fetching data, we are fetching each and everything from the stock table, and stock table we have got item ID. No, there is not item ID, it's actually ID. So in our case here we are supposed to specify it to be ID, so it will be our item ID. Then we will have price, so this one still remains to be price, like that. So already our sales table is expecting how much? Is expecting item ID, price, and quantity. So 4 things, 4 items. So 4 items like that, but one will calculate the total price. So still the action form remains to be action, button is button, buy, submit, everything is okay there. So we come to the action, and action we will have some code for this one. So for the buy, still it's supposed to be inserting data to the database, so we can copy paste this one, but already I have it on my cheat sheet. That is a store transaction, you can see here. So to store the transaction to the database, what you are supposed to buy, because when you click the buy button, it's supposed to store to the database. So here we have got item, we will fetch item ID. There is no customer actually in our case. There is a price, quantity, but now price is supposed to change because we are supposed to compute the price like that one. So that one is okay. Then we will insert item. There is no customer because we see they are expecting 4, item ID, price, and quantity, something like that. So customer, we are supposed to remove it here and remain with those ones. Then once after doing that, this is just a scripting code. This one you can see here, we are just inserting a JS code here for alert function in JS. So when we echo, it is going to output JS code, which is just the dialog box shows that item has been purchased successfully, that is. So you can save, and this will take us back to the index. This one will take us to the admin page. That one you can see that one like that. So I will save and tests, back, refresh, like that. So if I click this one, but this one I want it to kind of make sure it accepts some stuff. So I don't want it to click without having the quantity being empty. So I can add, like the same way I did on the admin page. For you to submit, everything must be required on that case. So in our case here, I can use that one also on this part, such that you will not submit empty stuff, or you can just write value is equals 1. That will not go to show, but it's going to kind of do good stuff. So this is going to let's not be text, it will be number, because it expects you to enter a number. If you enter text, it's going to be, so we can do that restriction so that it can be better. And let me try to break this one, see whether this break can do something, which I need a space a little bit. I need a kind of a space. Let's see, not creating some space. The button. So anyway, I can say margin. So I can just write a small style equals quotation, and this one I will take margin bottom, margin bottom, it will be like 2 pixels at least to create some space. Let's check whether it is going to work. If it doesn't, you can test it at your own time. Still it's not going to work for us. Is it the height of the card? We have got the card height, width, but the height is not set. Anyway, let's move forward. Card, let's move forward. That is going to be on another part, but it's something that you can keep on practicing. So we need to make purchase. So if I click like that, this one will tell you please enter a number. So I will specify I need one pair of shoe. Then I click buy now. So if I click buy now, it can tell me undefined index submit. So submit is supposed to submit something. So in our case, we are supposed to check here. So this is submit, and submit is submitting a value called buy, and that buy, do you have anything that we are supposed to sorry, the button here we have not closed. Is it the one that is causing that error? Because on action we have got action item and we have got buy. So yeah, they are either those two. So if I come line 4 of what action.php, line 4 of action.php, line 4 is this one. So still it's expecting the same. I think that button, closing the button was the one that either was causing some error. Let's check again so that we can confirm. One shoe, buy now, undefined index submit. Okay, maybe I've written submit the way I've written submit. Copy, go back here. So this submit, type is submit. Oh sorry, we are supposed to have name equals submit. Sorry, I've almost forgot that one. So when we submit, that's why it's telling us that it doesn't know anything to do with submit. So we refresh, we add one item, and now it is going direct like that. So we expect the item has been added to the database. We can refresh. So maybe, yeah, it has been added. Like for example, you can see we needed what shoe, and that is the price. What if we need 5 shoes? Let's check whether the price is going to work out on our case. Refresh. Let me say this one is going to be 2 pair, so that I can do simple mathematics. Refresh, and you can see we have got quantity is 2. The price is supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be 2000 something. That was this one, 2300. That's why you can see it is 4600. So it means it's doing the computation. So on the other side of our admin page, we are supposed to see the cells. So for us to see the cells, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to get there and display it on the table. So in this case, we have got we just need to display the item name, price, and quantity. Let's just display those 3. So in our case, the table has got already 3. There's admin page. Admin page is here. So already the table has around 2, 3 whatever. So I just need to remove one. Then my loop is going to take place here for the PHP, the similar to this one, how it took place, similar to how it's going to take place here. But in this case, this is going to fetch data from not stock but cells. Is it cells or cell? Let me check, confirm the table so that I can be sure it is cells actually, so that one is correct. So we are going to fetch everything from cells, and kama kawaida, as we said here, we are going to echo. Still we are going to have this one, and this one I forgot to add Kenyan shilling somewhere on the price was where? Price was here. No, sorry, description, pick. We didn't add the price. Okay, sorry, that one we are going to do it right now so that it can display the price. How was it doing that one without the price? We were showing just the shoes without the price. Anyway, we need to do something there. But first of all, let me finish up with this loop. This loop, I'm supposed to close it here. Then it's like that. Then question mark like that. So that loop is closed, and here we will just display the item name, quantity, and price. Item, quantity, and price, like that. So it means when we come to the admin panel, we are supposed to see shoe, then quantity, then price, something like that. So each and every time there is a new item added on the order, then it's supposed to display like that. So let's go back home and make some changes on that one so that we can display the price. Sorry, that one I didn't remember. We have a lot of stuff. Then we have got item, then on the card here I can put the price here. So this one I can make it break, and this one I can make it either, these two can make them bold from the image, from the price, the item name. I can make this one to be kind of bold thing so that it can display with kitu imeshika rangi shoe. Then we expect to see price. Sorry, we have not specified price here. This one is supposed to be price, and the price we did on that part, but we didn't do it on the other part. So I can refresh, and I'm supposed to see my shoe supposed to have Kenyan shillings. Kenyan shillings like that, so that we can get to know it's Kenyan money. Even I can have money sign like that, so that it can have something that looks like that. Yeah, I think now this one is visible. Shoes, this is the amount. Description we have got here. So that is it about the part for just sales, and I hope right now we can see both. When we purchase, like we can purchase the last one, and the last one I can say maybe I needed 3 pairs, buy, it's purchased, and you can see here it is where admin we have got shoes 3, and this is the amount that guy is supposed to pay. Even on the admin sites you can prefer this one also to Kenyan shillings, yeah, something like that, so that when you fresh you can see it's Kenyan money, something like that. So that is it. Now how do you integrate it with lipa na M-Pesa? When you click the button for purchase, then we can pass to the M-Pesa API code. We can pass the amount that you're supposed to pay, then do that stuff. but that one needs to have a shopping cart. Like when you are buying multiple stuff, you can have a shopping cart, such that instead of buy now, we can have add to cart. When you click add to cart, it can display like when we have 3 items and so forth. Then we check out. When we check out, it will ask us to enter the what? It will ask us to enter the maybe the means of payment that we want to choose. Then specify the details of payments like the phone number. Then after that we click pay. Then automatically it's supposed to reflect it on our database. Now in our case, we have got I have got on my some of the resources that I was talking about. I had the PHP SDK push here. So I want to explain how the SDK push works. So the SDK push works like this. This was in case of the submit button is it, then this is the code that is going to be executed. So inside this code, it expects you to give it some parameters like consumer key. As I told you, when you go to Daraja API, and log in like that, Daraja API and login. I think it's taking too long. Then you'll get this. When you create an application, you are supposed to get consumer key and the secret key, consumer secret. So these are the two stuff that you get. Then after that, you are supposed to get also this stuff to do with the pass key. When you go to the API on the menu, you are supposed to get pass key. Business code you'll get also. These one are just for testing. Then you can see a high passed amount, and lastly you can see we have got party here, which is going to be my phone number of whoever is making payment. Then we have got posts reference number. You can specify any reference number of your choice, but in case it can be the name of the customer. Then transaction description, it's going to be test. Then after that we have got the date. Then to create a password that is going to be used in this API, you can see we are using base 64 encoding. So we will use a business number here. We have got the business number here, pass key there, and timestamp here. This is the combination that you do so that you can have the password. Now the password, once you have it, now you can see this is where now the content is going to be sent. This is the API for the SDK push. You can see here. So once this information is sent, it is sent in form the details that you've passed to the API. They are going to be sent in form of JSON, and once they are sent to the JSON, then what is going to be happen, because you've passed the amount, automatically it is going to push this transaction to your M-Pesa API, that is application on your mobile phone. So what you just be needed is to enter the PIN number. In short, the clients we're supposed to enter the PIN number, and the rest is going to be processed. So how can we event this one on our system? We can have what? We can have on the actions part here. Once this one is once the buy, this one is submitted to the database, we can invoke by having an header location here, but instead of sending it to the index.php, we can pass some data like the quantity, because already we have calculated not quantity but the price, because already you have calculated the total price that the customer is supposed to pay. Then in your case you will do hard coding here, because you are going to test. You can do hard coding on the SDK page, like for example phone number here, because those are the two important things that you just need to pass. The Gina part you can write like your name, you can do the hard coding. The phone number you can do the hard coding. So what you just need to pass is to have question mark, like how we pass data, um, pass parameters in PHP. We normally use something we call header locations, something like that. I don't know whether I think Stack Overflow is the first one. It's the easiest one that can give you the correct stuff. So what we are going to have, we will have to pass that link here that will call our STK push. We will pass that data to our STK push. You can see, where is it? Do we have what one, something like that? Anyway, it's not here. So let me show you how you can do it instead of just keeping off talking about it. You will just write STK pay, that is the name. Then here I will just write question mark and write amount, because amount is the what we are supposed to pass. Then amount is supposed to be price. This is what you are going to pass here. So once we pass it there, in our case, this will not be, we will say if amount is set, then this is going to be executed. So here I will just put my phone number and write 254 700 711 233. Ni namba ya M-Pesa, mnaweza weka kitu. So this one I will just write Eric, maybe, or Rico Banks. That's what I'm going to pass there. Then this will be still remain to be test. Then there is nothing other variable that you need to pass. Lastly, because this one cannot work without a domain name, you can see here I'm passing it to my domain name. As you can see, the callback is the most important part. So this will just push the information to your lipa na M-Pesa pin. So whatever you are going to do there, if you cancel the transaction, then the system still, this system of ours, is supposed to receive some data from the Safaricom to show that maybe you cancelled the transaction or this transaction was successful. Remember, they are not going to be able to change the amount. So the amount is supposed to be deducted from your M-Pesa account. So here you normally pass the link that is going to receive the call, the callback, where the data is going to be sent. So in this case, we have got the callback is this one. Where is the callback? This one. So callback, it's what you receive when Safaricom, now the transaction is either successful or failed. So in this case, it is sent data in form of JSON. So you can see we receive the JSON here. Then the JSON, this is the content, we are going to store it on this one. Then the JSON, we can dump them on a file, a simple JSON file. So in this case, the simple JSON file that we have, it's we have got something like that. But in my case, I have got another one here that I stored here so that you can be able to see. So this is it. Maybe you can't understand what is here. I think I can hope maybe with a different application. Let me see if I can open it with the one. This one can be better. Let's see. Yeah, this one is showing a little bit better information. So it sends you back information that looks like this, information which is similar to this one. Instead of body up to that point, I can copy that one so that I can show you how it looks like here, or maybe here I can put it on control new. So these how the transaction after successful sending, it's gonna send you an information that looks like this. So you can see this is member ID, checkout ID, then resort code. Resort code is the most important. Now when the transaction is successful, meaning that the user entered the pin, the resort code is 0. So what you just need to do, you can come on the, because when it's 0 resort code, when it's 0, now it means the transaction is successful, and you can store that M-Pesa transaction on the database. So to store it on the database, you just need to, this is how the information was received. We decode, because it's a JSON file, so the JSON file, so that we can convert it into PHP, we normally use this function called JSON decode. Then after that, that's how API normally communicate. We normally communicate using JSON, like the same way how JSON was sent here. This information was sent in form of JSON. So the API still replies in form of JSON, and in our case we are supposed to decode that JSON so that we can now make use of the data. So that's how you can see now, after converting this one into an array, we are getting the key values of each item in the array. So you can get each and every stuff here. So these are the ones that now you will insert to the database. So I have my database, and then it's going to insert this one to the database like that. Then the transaction is successful. So already you've inserted the what, how do you call it, the items, that is the items that you bought on the database. And again, if the transaction was successful, this one is going to be shown like that one. And now you can do the comparison whether the item was paid, either using the reference referring to the phone number of the client. If the phone number paid this amount, then it means now you can do the shipping of the customer's property and so forth. It's all about the database design, how you're going to do it. And again, you can generate a PDF receipts on that. So that is it, and I hope now you've understood. What I'm going to do right now, I'm not going to show you the process of uploading, or that one is a lot of repetition. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the video and deploy it live so that you can be able to see whether it's working. So I'm going to deploy it on the on this one, on this where's domain name, there is the callback, this one, that is the one that I'm going to do. So it will be there for like maybe 2-3 days because yeah, or quite sometimes, and I'll delete it. But for now, I think each and everything is working correctly for you. Right now, you've understood how these things work. So we can refresh and test again before we end our session. This was the system. Then these are the images, and see it is showing admin. We can also add a new item on the admin part, like we can say maybe dress. In this case, the terms can be what? Can be category. No, just dress. Just write women. Then we come here and write best dresses in Kenya, and we can put the price to be 1500, something like that. Browse an image. I don't have an image of a dress, but do we have one here? Maybe we have one here. I can pick this one and do that, then add, close. So if we come here, it's supposed to display another image here, something like that. So these were the images that I was talking about the adverts. I can display them also, at least I think they have downloaded. So you can say image 1, image 2, image 3. So this one is going to be image 1. This can be image 2. So in case maybe people want to advertise on your platform, you can use this one. You can tell them to design this kind of stuff. So this call, I'm going to copy it on my folder and replace. So if I replace, it means I'm supposed to see different stuff apart from this one. Yeah, like that. So you can see if it is an advert, you can see it's sliding like that, like that, like that, and so forth. And it's a nice stuff. I think you've learned something. And the next time I'm going to implement a shopping cart, so that you can be able now to buy instead of just clicking buy direct. You can just add to cart, then you can check out. I'm going to do that one very soon. So for the guys who want to enroll to our courses, just feel free to visit W3 school. Okay, Codestar. I think I'm tired up to that point. Codestar.co.ke and enroll to some of our courses. Remember to share the link to all your friends, and you'll be able to communicate. So you can communicate with me. There is a chat tool which is here. You can click direct and communicate to me. So feel free to check whether the system is going to be working, and it will be also showing everything. So I'll do a snap part that is going to show you whether the system was successful after installation. Thank you.